What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to Picking a Fight. I'm Latch, and today we're going to be looking at UFC Fight Night Rodriguez versus Lemos. We're going to be looking at the flyweight bout between Tagir Ulanbekov and Nate Maness. But before we get started, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't. We're putting videos out for every fight night and pay-per-view, so if you're looking for content like this, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out. Let's get right into it. So we got number 15 ranked flyweight Tagir Ulanbekov. He's 13-2. He is 31 years old. He's 5'7" with a 70-inch reach. And his last two was a decision loss to Tim Elliott. And before that was a win over Alan Nascimento. And he is going up against Nate Mayhem Maness, who's 14-2. He's 31 years old. He's 5'10" with the 72-inch reach. And his last two was a loss to Umar Nurmagomedov. And before that was a win over Tony Gravely. And Maness is a plus 150 underdog, while Ulanbekov is a minus 175 favorite. Man, they fed my boy Maness to another wrestler, man. Because, Ulanbekov, you know what we're going to get with these guys. He's a Dagestani wrestler. He's part of Team Khabib. He will be looking for the takedown and to control Maness throughout the entire fight. So we know what they're going to do. The biggest question is, will he even be able to take Maness down? Maness did fight Umar in his last fight, and he absolutely got dominated. Umar had his way with him, and going into that fight, Maness was a huge underdog. And in this fight, not so much, even though Ulanbekov poses a very similar style set to Umar. And it is because I think the odds makers and a lot of fans know that Tagir is not on Umar's level when it comes to the wrestling. The biggest question is it good enough to also take down Maness? Because there's levels to this wrestling game, and I think Umar, Islam, and Khabib, they're on like that upper echelon, While Tagir, not so much. And we've seen it in his last fights. Obviously, against Alan Nascimento, he had his way with him. But Alan Nascimento's with a jiu-jitsu background, not exactly a wrestling background. So he had his way with him. He did have to escape some submissions. And then against Tim Elliott, it was very glaring that his wrestling needed some work. Because obviously, Tim Elliott's a really good wrestler, but he's never been like an elite level wrestler. And man, Tagir had so much trouble with Tim Elliott. He was not able to take him down, and when he did, Tim Elliott got right back up. So Tagir could not control someone like Tim Elliott. Obviously, Tim Elliott's very unique in the way he fights, in the way he strikes, and the way he grapples. So there's that too. But we have seen Nate Maness stop takedowns. Obviously, Tony Gravely. Tony Gravely tried to take him down a few times, and Maness was able to stop his wrestling. But obviously, Umar's wrestling is on a whole nother stratosphere, and he was not able to stop those takedowns, and he got pretty much dominated. But yeah, that will be the biggest question, because Tagir would not be looking to stand with Maness. Maness is so dangerous on the feet. He's super powerful flyweight. He's a big guy at 5'10". He's listed at 5'10". He's a very good striker, and obviously his combinations are, and he has a really good 1-2. He could benefit from throwing longer combinations, but I think he's going to be a little more reserved in this fight because he's going to be very wary of the takedown. But yeah, I have no doubt in my mind Maness is the way better striker than Ulanbekov. The only thing is he might be a little gun shy because of the threat of the wrestling. But the biggest question is Tagir. Can he take this man down and control him for 3 rounds? I don't know, man. It's a close one because Tagir's wrestling is not, super elite. But Nate Maness's defensive wrestling is also not that great. So, who's at the highest level and who's able to do it? Will Nate be able to take Tagir out before, would they even get to the wrestling, or will Tagir just absolutely smother him? I think I'm going to have to give the benefit of the doubt to Ulanbekov. I think his grappling, although it's not the best, I think it will be enough to at least control Nate Maness on the fence and eventually get a takedown. And once he gets that takedown, Maness will probably be able to get up since Ulanbekov's not that great at applying pressure and being very strong down there to control them. But I think Maness is going to be doing a lot of defending, man. I think this is a very close fight. If you like Maness's chance, man, I think he could finish Ulanbekov if he even gets a sliver of a chance to strike. But I don't know. I think Tagir is going to smother him. I got Ulanbekov by decision, but let me know down below what you think. Do you think I'm underestimating Ulanbekov's wrestling? Do you think I'm overestimating it? Do you think Nate Maness has a much bigger chance, or do you think he absolutely has no chance? Let me know down below. Leave a comment. It's going to be a great night of fights. Don't forget to tune in, and don't forget to check out our other videos. We're actually doing the main and co-main event on this same card, so go ahead and check those out. And yeah, it's going to be a great night of fights. Don't forget to tune in. Yeah, and I'll see you next week for UFC 281 Adesanya versus Pereira. And yeah, until then, I'll see you. Take care.